Give it to me, I'm worth it. Baby, I'm worth it. I'm worth it. Give me, I'm worth it. Give it to me, I'm worth it. Baby, I'm worth it. I'm worth it. Give me, I'm worth it.
Hey WLS family, it is Saturday and I did not do a Friday video. I didn't do a Friday video. I didn't do a Tuesday video. I didn't do a video. I also missed my weigh-in day on Tuesday and I weighed in on Wednesday instead because I just wasn't at home that morning. I just wasn't. If you've been on Facebook or are a friend of mine on MyFitnessPal, you know that I am stalled. I am not mad. I deserve it. I deserved my stall. Like, I have been running around willy-nilly, not tracking, and not necessarily stuffing whatever I want in my face, but just kind of doing me and not paying attention. And after this last week, I kind of took a look back at the week mentally, because like I said, I haven't been tracking, so I don't have it right there. But I took a mental look back at the week and I thought, well, I ate that and I ate that and I ate that and that, and I'm like, those are all mostly carb-based meals. Carb-based meals, sandwiches. I went to Wingstop like twice. And because of the situation I was in and being there, we had boneless wings, which are breaded. And I don't particularly like, I love Wingstop's wings. Let me say that right now. But for me, for my eating plan, Wingstop is not the best way for me to get wings because they fry their wings. The best way for me to get wings is to get it from someone who does theirs in the oven. And that really helps with the numbers when you're eating wings. But I went there twice and they were boneless. I actually almost made myself sick. Almost 4 months post-op, and I finally made the mistake. Not finally as in I was looking forward to it. I was more like dreading it or hoping I would never do it. But I finally made the mistake of eating too fast. And I tell you what, when that nausea hits you, it's a ton of bricks. Like, it's a ton of bricks. And I was in Wingstop. I was with the guy that I just started seeing, and I was nauseous as all hell. And for like 10 minutes, I was like, you don't get to talk to me right now. Just shush. Just shush, because it's taking every bit of concentration I have right now to not vomit on the table. Luckily, my situation with this person is that I've been open because I'm open about my surgery. He knows how far out I am. He actually knows what my dietary needs are. I just haven't been adamant about following those guidelines, even though I know them. And it's not his fault. I just haven't thought about it. And he's from the South, and he made me jambalaya, and it was so good. And I know it's like mostly rice, but it was so good. Anyway, so that happened. I hate being nauseous. I hate vomiting. I've spent this entire process trying to avoid vomiting like the plague, and I have yet to vomit. So yes, even though I ate too fast and made myself sick really very suddenly and very intensely, I managed to keep it together and not vomit. Why? Not that anybody likes to vomit, but there was no way in hell that I was going to vomit. I cannot stand throwing up. So whenever I'm ill and I am like so nauseous, I'm praying that I just throw up so it's over. That's a rare case. And yeah, it was awful. It was awful. So a couple of numbers. I don't know when the last time I ran numbers was, but I'm just happy to not be doing a video in my car right now because I get really tired of doing it because I can't do the editing that I want. I can't throw the background music on that I want, and so I'm really stoked about doing a video on my computer now that I have a new computer. Big fiasco with that. I have a brand new computer because the one that I've had for the past year had to be replaced because they never did get it quite fixed ever. So that's doing that. Today I have a little bit of a challenge. I'm still trying to get back into my food log. I still haven't done it completely every day. I keep going to my therapist and going, I need to do this. I know I need to. Not that I need to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this right. I want this process to work for me correctly. I want everything to be wonderful. And I understand that I can't be perfect all the time, and I'm not going to beat myself up over it too much, but I really need to refocus. Like I've said in the past few videos, there are just other things on my mind right now other than eating. I don't think about eating 24/7 anymore. I don't think about it. I don't wonder what I'm eating for dinner at 9 a.m. I don't wonder what I'm doing for lunch the night before. I don't contemplate all of those things. But I need to, in the opposite direction of what I used to do when I was heavy, which is I need to contemplate what I'm doing for lunch, what I'm doing for dinner, what I'm doing for breakfast in order to keep me on plan. And I'm not planning. I need to start planning ahead like I was before. And that is on my list of things to do. Start planning again. Today my family is gathering for a massive birthday dinner. We're celebrating every birthday in January and February for one big dinner. My family tends to do this. I know a lot of people that wouldn't take to that very well. I did not take to it very well last year, but that's because I turned 30. I was like, I want my own birthday. I'm turning 30. So this year it's not a big deal to me, but I don't know what's for dinner. My aunt is bringing the main course. My other aunt is bringing the sides. My other aunt is doing desserts, and I don't have complete control over what's going to happen. So I'm trying to prepare today by being low carb, low fat until dinner and high protein so that I hit my protein mark and I have the wiggle room in my carb numbers and my fat numbers to do dinner tonight. Hopefully all of that will go well and, right. So I also had another slip this week. It was awful. I'm learning a lot of things about myself. I'm learning a lot of things about my body. I made a huge mistake on Thursday night. I had tickets to Eric Church. They were front of stage, on the floor. I was close enough to touch him where I was originally standing. In a minute, you'll understand why I was no longer standing there. I have had some alcohol since surgery, very light. I always make the bartenders make it light. I tell them, make me a single and a double glass and dilute it a lot. So I haven't had any problem with alcohol because I've been very, very careful. Then the concert came on Thursday, and we went. I had a very busy day. I hadn't eaten a lot. I hadn't had enough water. I hadn't had enough anything. And I was so excited about this concert. I was so excited to be going to this concert with my cousin who absolutely loves this artist like I do. And we got there and we watched the opening act. And I was going to hold down our spot on the floor while she went to get us a drink. Nothing big, open glass, so the carbonation would fizz out of it. I was going to let it fizz out of it so I didn't have too much of a carbonation problem. I was just going to drink a Red's hard cider. That's it. And then someone gave me some vodka before I got my drink. You know those little tiny bottles of liquor? It was one of those. And no, I didn't drink the whole thing. There was you know how when there's just a skiff of a little bit in it at the bottom. I drank that. 5 minutes later, I couldn't hear anything. My vision went foggy. My temperature spiked, and I almost hit the floor. I almost passed out from like a quarter shot of vodka, cheap vodka. And I know everyone out there is going, were you drugged? No, I wasn't drugged. It was straight vodka. My body don't do straight liquor anymore. Clearly that was a terrible thing. I get a text from my cousin saying that she's at the liquor line and do I want water instead? I text her back and I say yes. The text didn't come through in time to stop her from buying me a drink. So now I'm on the floor in a crowd of people. It would take me forever to get out to get a glass of water, and I have a beer. For all intents and purposes, I have a beer. I just almost passed out from a little bit of vodka, and I have a beer. You'd think I'd do the smart thing and go, I can't drink this. No. I tried to drink some of it. I got maybe an eighth of it down, and then I handed it off to my cousin and she finished it off with hers. But half an hour later, my temperature spiked. I got nauseous. I didn't feel well. I was hanging onto the side. I knew the security people would remove me from where I was because I was in a crowd if I went down. And I was being watched very closely. So my embarrassment factor went up, which made me even warmer, which made me even more nauseous. When a very nice woman sitting in the seated stands on the other side of the fence from where I was handed me a full glass of water. I don't know your guys' name, and I have no idea who you are, but you are like the most kindest stranger I have ever known, ever. I've never been a big drinker. I'm not saying that I didn't have a high tolerance for alcohol. I did. If I was going to go out and drink, it was not a big deal. And I was aware that the things would be different now and it wouldn't be the same anymore. So I've been very, very careful. And something about that night just threw my caution to the wind, and I decided to give it a try. And no, just no. I'm not saying I'm not going to drink ever again, but holy shit. Holy shit. I've never genuinely been faint before, ever. I had no idea what that felt like. Now I do know what that feels like. I don't want to do it again. Anyway, back to the people who handed me water. I managed to drink a glass of water in about 40 minutes. What I could keep out of my cousin's hands because she was thirsty too, but she would pretty much let me, she knew I wasn't doing great, so she let me mostly drink it. Oh my God. I played off with the man that I'm seeing. I said I almost passed out, but I'm fine. My cousin, and everybody else who knows about it, I'm just like, holy shnikes, won't do that again. I feel like if that woman had not handed me a glass of water, I would have finished that evening in the ER on an IV to make up for the fact that I did not have enough water and then layered alcohol on top of it. I need to think smarter. I am smart. I need to use that to my advantage for my health. That was the point of this entire thing, was to make myself healthy so that I can continue to enjoy myself more, enjoy my life more, enjoy what I enjoy doing more. Like this concert was amazing. I would do it again, not necessarily like that, but it was still amazing. I would have liked to have enjoyed it, not wanting to pass out twice. And now I know. Now I know not to do that. Can I have a flat beer? Sure. Can I have a highly diluted drink over the course of a few hours? Sure. Can I swallow any minute amount of straight alcohol? Hell no. Don't do that shit. Don't do it. You will regret it, and you will feel like you've done something stupid that you've never done before. I don't think I actually did my numbers today. So a couple of weeks ago, I lost 4 some odd pounds, putting me at 242.4. I'm stalled this week, 242.4 again. I'm hoping to be unstalled by Tuesday. But like I said, I'm still not being as diligent about my log as I'm hoping to be. And I just need to commit back to it. This was one of my fears. That I would get going and then I would be like, I'm sick of doing this log. Because we've all done that weight loss program where you log everything in numbers. And it works. It worked for me. Until I got tired of the log and writing it down all of the time. I've hit that point. I need to cycle back into it because it really helps. It keeps me mindful. So wherever you are in your journey, be mindful, be aware, be cautious of the changes in how you metabolize things. A little dose of fear and caution could save you trouble. Alright guys, I've had a lot to say. This is the first time I've been able to do a long video. I've been doing these quickies in my car. That sounded wrong. Quick videos in my car. So it's been nice to talk to you. I hope everyone is doing wonderful. A lot of people hitting Wonderland these days, I notice on Facebook. Dixie, amazing. I know I'm late telling you this, but amazing. Everyone is amazing. You guys are all amazing, and your amazingness makes me want to put myself back on my amazing path. I love you. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy every step, and make every day as beautiful as you wish it to be.